ARPA is the American Rescue Plan Act. It's a very powerful piece of legislation that recognized that the pandemic had a disproportionately negative impact on communities of color, on people who are low income, and on essential workers. Sonoma County was fortunate to receive $96 million in ARPA funds. And out of that, the county invested a little over $40 million in something called the Community Resilience Program. What we recognize is that there are some very clear areas of focus for us. And one was to address the negative economic impacts, recognizing that many people fell through the cracks in our safety net, and we needed to mend them in strategic ways using these federal funds. In our community, we saw at the height of the pandemic that 98% of the children who were sick with COVID were Latinx. They were Spanish speaking, they were indigenous language speaking. And so what we did with this investment, with these recovery funds, was to ensure that we were addressing those negative economic impacts, that lack of access to public health protections, and also to address the lack of connectivity. And this is what ARPA looks like in our community. It looks like 900 meals a week for folks experiencing homelessness, folks who have survived domestic violence and who are living new lives as a result of this assistance. It looks like 450 small businesses and people who were unable to access any other form of relief during the pandemic, actually receiving services and help to start their path on an equitable recovery. It looks like 450 people receiving culturally responsive job training to make sure that they have what they need to move forward in their lives after the pandemic. It looks like 175 people receiving culturally responsive mental health services from Black therapists in their communities in a way that allows them not to experience financial and physical hardship. It looks like therapy that people are able to receive in languages that they speak and from people who understand their experiences as Black, Brown, and Indigenous people who experience the challenge of racism in their daily lives. ARPA is really about investing in an equitable COVID recovery in Sonoma County.